Tell me and I'll forget. Show me and I may remember. Involve me and I'll understand.
A master can tell you what he expects of you. A teacher, though, awakens your own expectations.
What? Here we go! What? Yeah! What? Y'all know what? Come on! What? Y'all know what I'm saying. Oh! Come on! Oh!
My name is Don Andrew Mack tonight. I'm a sophomore in college, majoring in math education.
And that's me, Kyle Andrew Nee, another sophomore in college, majoring in math education. But if we want to get technical, I'm a junior.
Shut up. Well, you could say we're pretty good friends. Or maybe not.
Well, obviously Don and I don't see eye to eye on everything, but we're still good friends.
Don, do you remember what Dr. Harlan said in class today?
I have no idea what you're talking about.
You know.
You are going to be teaching in a few years.
Oh yeah, I remember.
Well, aren't you worried about having to teach soon and all that stuff?
Sorta. And when I say sorta, I mean no.
Well, I mean, come on, you gotta be thinking about it like at least a little bit.
Well, what do you want me to say?
Well, I want to be a teacher who challenges my students. In my mind, education is the student's responsibility, and my job is to merely facilitate and guide learning.
Well, I guess I want to do the same, but also let my students know that they can accomplish anything. They just need to know what kind of sacrifices they need to make to succeed.
Okay, yeah, that's kind of what I'm talking about.
Man, when you graduate, you're probably going to be one of those teachers, you know, that gives, like, ridiculously amount of homework every night, and then make them do the next day, aren't you?
Actually, I don't believe in collecting homework at all. Why should I give a grade for something that students should already be doing?
No homework?
Well, not no homework, just not collecting it. I think that homework is extremely beneficial to students, but it's not something that they should get graded on.
Wait a minute. How do you keep students accountable if you never collect homework? It doesn't make any sense to me.
Okay. In my class, I want to do weekly quizzes, which will help keep students accountable. These quizzes will reflect things that we've done in class, as well as the homework that I've assigned. So these quizzes will help keep students on track with their work, but gives them some flexibility in when they want to do their homework. Now, I think that this is a responsibility that students should learn how to handle. I think that math homework is extremely beneficial, don't get me wrong, but I don't think students should be getting points for doing something that they should already be doing. These quizzes are also beneficial because they provide study material for exams and for finals. I want to stress the importance of homework and will take time in my class to review homework at the beginning of class. And I'll probably use the middle and later parts for presenting new material, for review, and for discussion and practice.
Alright, I see where you're coming from, but how do you keep account of the students who work their butts off, but then their grades will still reflect how much work they put into the class?
Yeah, well, I guess I feel like in my class, if a student is working hard, that should reflect in their grades. But if what happened, like what you said, happens, I think that student just has to work a little bit harder. And I'll be there to help them along the way, for sure.
So I see. You put a lot of responsibility on how the students work in the class. All right.
Yeah, I do. What do you think?
Well, if you just watch and listen, he'll be coming up soon. Hey, can you roll the next film, please? All right. Well, Kyle, my classroom would consist of mandatory homework assignments. In the start of every other class day, I will assign a part of the board to each student in the class. And each student would have to explain how to do that homework problem I assigned them on the board from the night before.
Okay, I can see how that would motivate students to stay on top of their work, but how about if a student just can't get the material and they had no chance to get help from you in the morning or after school?
Well, that's just tough luck, and who said I would actually count these points against them? One of my teachers in high school threatened us non-stop with taking away points to where we wouldn't forget what he taught us, because we lost points, but he credited us with the grade we deserved. In high school, I found that when you have something to lose, you always learn the material better, because it gets imprinted in your mind, and you're forced to learn it.
Sounds a little shady to me.
Well, it is, but it'll get the job done, and they'll remember the material. So, I was just wondering, how do you plan on keeping your students motivated? I mean, it sounded like earlier you said that you wanted to keep your students self-motivated.
Yeah, I want students to be intrinsically motivated. Students who are intrinsically motivated try to master material for their own satisfaction, as opposed to working hard for a tangible reward or just for a grade, which is called extrinsic motivation. I want to teach students to work hard and become intrinsically motivated, even with the subjects like math that they may not enjoy. I want to be encouraging and available for help so that students have outlets before they decide to give up. I also want to be honest with my students and let them know that my class is about working hard, because sometimes in life we all have to do things that we aren't a fan of. The reasoning and logical thinking that students will learn in my class is what I want to communicate as the most important part of the knowledge that they will learn throughout the year.